Why are so many people moving away from Kansas City Northland in absolutely record numbers? Picture this, Kansas City Northland, once the ultimate bragging rights for anyone in KC is seeing people literally move out in the droves. Sounds crazy, right? But the data doesn't lie. Migration numbers shows a steady outflow. The big question is why? And more importantly, what does this mean for you if you own a home, rent, or invest? Stick around because I'm not here to just talk about the problem. I'm here to break it down so you can spot the opportunities in this so-called exodus. So let me be super clear. If you tune out, you could miss the best shot at leveling up your real estate game in years. If you're wondering, man, who the heck is this guy? I'm Big Mike. I'm a local Kansas City real estate agent specializing here in the Kansas City Northland area. And whether you're looking to make a move in 9 or 90 days, feel free to reach out. I can definitely help you do that. If you want to be one of those people that want to do the mass exodus out of KC, I'd love to have a conversation with you about what your goals are, so reach out. First on this list is the cost of living and just the overall housing market shifts. So let's jump straight into the money talk because that's what matters to the most of us. Parkville, Liberty, Kearney, the property taxes in these areas have become borderline painful. You see your home value going up, you get extremely excited, you're like, yes, I'm making money. But that following year, the tax bill comes up. It is absolutely crippling. It's like being handed a bigger slice of pie, then getting charged double for the whipped cream. New developments and fancy neighborhoods look great on Instagram, but they jack up the prices so high that folks who've built lives here for decades are forced out. Investors aren't thrilled either. Sure, property values are higher, but stagnant rent growth is killing their returns. And let's talk about first-time home buyers. They're out here hustling, trying to secure their own piece of the American dream, only to find out they're either priced out or stuck with a smaller home farther away. If you're noticing a pattern, it's that everyone is feeling squeezed, and this is only step one of driving people away. Number 2 on this list is the infrastructure growing pains. Now let's talk about the daily commute. Drive on 152 or I-435 at 5 p.m. and tell me you're not tempted to just abandon your car on the shoulder. Traffic here is absolutely no joke. Construction is constant, timelines get pushed, and honestly, you should be like I-35 and never stop working on yourself. And you end up burning more gas than patience. And guess what? Unlike downtown KC, the Northland hasn't invested heavily into public transportation. So if you can't drive, you're basically stuck. To make matters worse, areas like Briarcliffs are so dense with new developments that parking has become the gladiator sport of the Midwest. It's these day-to-day hassles that push people to say, you know what? There's gotta be a better setup somewhere else, and they're not wrong. Because plenty of other suburbs are swooping in to offer that easier, faster, non-exodus style lifestyle. Number 3 on this list is the schools and education challenges. If you've got kids, buckle up. Liberty and Platte City schools are bursting at the seams. Picture 35 kids in one classroom, teachers juggling a million tasks, and not enough resources to keep everyone engaged. It's absolutely chaos. Plus, we've got a teacher shortage that adds even more stress on top of everything. Any parent who's paying attention can see writing on the wall. Overcrowded schools today could turn into lower test scores and less academic support tomorrow. Funding hasn't caught up with the population boom, so administrators are stretched thin. And that's exactly why families are looking elsewhere. They want districts with fewer students per class and more robust funding. It's not rocket science. If the school system can't keep up, people will leave, and they are. Number 4 is the community dynamics. Now let's look at some of the heart soul of the Northland. A lot of residents used to love its small town charm. Main Street was cozy, neighbors knew each other, and community events felt personal. But when you start building more, attracting outsiders, and modernizing the heck out of everything, you end up with a mix of excitement and resentment. Some folks feel that local culture is diluted by rapid growth. Others embrace new cultural influences, and the diversity comes with it. Meanwhile, nearby places like Lee Summit and Overland Park offer a streamlined suburban experience that people cannot resist. This tug-of-war over community identity is real, and it's a key factor for pushing people to explore life outside of the Northland. Number 5 on this list is the job market and the commute concerns. Okay, let's talk about the daily grind. Many Northland residents have gigs south of the river, turning their commutes into daily marathons. Whether you're spending 2 hours a day in your car, you start to wonder, is it all worth it? The population boom also isn't lining up with the highest paying jobs opportunities in the Northland, this mismatch is a killer. As remote work grows, people say, why am I living here when I can live somewhere cheaper, warmer, closer to my extended family? And then just add a bunch of economic uncertainty. Industries change. Tech evolves. Big companies relocate. And suddenly the Northland feels like it's behind the curve. That's a recipe for out-migration. Number 6 on this list is the lifestyle and quality of life. The Northland used to be that sweet spot between urban and rural. Now people looking for more space are ditching the crowded subdivisions for places like Smithville or Kearney or even more north, where you can actually breathe. Now, nightlife, if you want high energy fun, you're driving downtown no matter what, or you're heading to Overland Park. Parks and trails, they're growing up here, but let's be honest, they're still a step behind other communities. For some, the Northland's becoming too dense, too busy, too urban. If you love the city vibe, great. But if you moved here for peace and quiet, that dream might be fading. And so people pack up in search of that slower pace they originally thought they'd find here. Number 7 on this list, the weather and the natural factors. Now let's talk about something you can't control, the weather. KC seasons are absolutely intense. Steamy summers, frigid winters, and yes, we got tornadoes. A lot of families find tornado alerts borderline terrifying. Personally, I grab a beer and go out to my front porch, but that's me. Factor in the rising cost of heat in the winter and cool in summer, you've got yet another financial burden. And if you live near the Missouri River, flood insurance can be a reality check. Some people just aren't up for dealing with that type of stress year after year. They see places with milder climates or fewer natural disasters and realize they might actually come out ahead financially, emotionally, by relocating. Number 8 is let's compare to other regions. Let's take a step out of the Northland bubble real quick. Let's just talk about Johnson County, which remains the absolute powerhouse. Top tier schools, modern infrastructure, lower crime rates, an easy sell for families and businesses. Head farther out, you'll find cities like Des Moines or Omaha offering lower cost of living, solid job opportunities, and a vibe that appeals to many Midwesterns. There's the pull of the warmer states or the coastal areas where taxes and climates can be more appealing. It's a nationwide trend. People chase affordable housing, strong job markets, or just the promise of better weather. The Northland can't ignore the people that have these options. If leaders here don't innovate, those other places will happily scoop up all of those that have relocation interest. Number 9 on this list. What's this mean for homeowners and buyers, Big Mike? You're an absolutely incredible real estate. Give it to me. So this is the total doom and gloom scenario. Or is it teeming with upside for some of you hustlers out there? If you own a home, you might find your property sitting on the market a bit longer, especially if more people are leaving than coming in. That could mean price cuts or extra incentives for buyers. Now, on the flip side, if you're buying or investing, a dip in demand could be the opening you've been waiting for. Negotiate lower prices, lock in a prime spot, and ride it out until the market swings back. Investors should keep their eyes peeled for multifamily or specialized properties because the Northland still has a pocket of strong rental demand. The bottom line is this: markets ebb and flow. If you're strategic, you can turn this exodus into an entry point, and if you sit there and complain, you'll miss the boat entirely. The riches favor the bold. All right, it's time to decide where you stand. Are you in the camp that thinks the Northland's golden days are behind us, or do you see this as a chance to pounce on undervalued opportunities? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Seriously, I want to hear every take on this. If you're on the fence about buying, or you're on selling, or investing, reach out to me. I've got the real-time insights. You need to make a killer move. Remember this: it isn't about panic, it's about awareness. Share this video with someone who's been debating a move because information is the gateway to success. Don't let someone else capitalize on a trend that could be leveraging. Keep hustling, stay curious, and let's keep Kansas City, Northland, and beyond on the map for those who know how to adapt and overcome. As always, this is bigmikesellskc. Find me on Instagram. Find me on Google, find me on Facebook, doesn't matter. Reach out to me. I'd love to help you and your family make a move to my beloved city. I'd love to have a talk soon. As for now, Big Mike is out.